What's going on, everybody? James from I Am Wealth here. And as always, thank you so much for your time and attention, as I know those are the most valuable and important things that you have. And today, I'm going to help you make sense of your sense. And let's not forget why we're here, what this podcast is for. We are here to help you take control of your money so you can live a more meaningful life. So, in working with well over 70 physicians, being a part of this podcast, everything, interviewing physicians over the year. I mean, really what we found is there's a major lack in money education in America as a whole. There's a huge lack of money education in med school and in training for physicians. And then you go from being six figures in student loan debt to barely making ends meet in med school or residency, working 80 to 100-hour weeks, perhaps a fellowship in the mix, make a little more money, work just as much. And all of a sudden, boom, overnight, the switch is flipped and you're making great money and paid according to your worth as a human being, which absolutely you should be. But how many times have you heard the horror stories of physicians who all of a sudden jump to an attending and they live their whole life living paycheck to paycheck because their lifestyle creep has grown too much and they have to consistently see more and more patients. And meet and work out. So really that's a big reason why we're here for you on this podcast, is to help you avoid mistakes like doing that, help you make sense of your sense, and give you the education that you deserve to go out and live a more meaningful life with your money. You deserve to know and understand all things as it relates to money, just as I should know and deserve how to understand all things as it relates to medicine if something's going on with me and my world. And really what I have found is that you have a superpower in your specialty as a clinician. You are so hyper focused and trained, and that superpower can absolutely be applied to your money. There's no doubt about it. And it just takes enough time, effort, resources, coaching, accountability, and you showing up and doing what you're doing right here, right now. So really in helping you, first off, making sense of your sense, I just kind of want to enter the conversation that you might already be having in your head, or maybe at one point in your career had in your head. And this really comes from just talking with many different physicians over the years and understanding how overwhelming the journey and the process can be, and how overwhelming it can be to not know and understand much of anything or be taught much of anything as it relates to money. And my main goal in this podcast is just to let you know that you're not alone. You're not the only physician that feel this way. I know you talk me as a financial advisor, there's been times where I have felt in the dark about money. There's been times where I've been sold things by other financial advisors, believe it or not, in my career. So I know what it's like. It's frustrating as hell and it's overwhelming, but I just want to let you know that you're not alone. So let's enter that conversation that maybe you've had in your head before, and to let you know that we understand where you're coming from. We know that you feel this way. We know many of our physician clients have felt this way too. And we also know that there is a path forward for you as long as you keep showing up and being here with me right now. So the student loans thing, I've never been taught a thing about. It's like this invisible black hole that just hangs over my head when I have a moment alone with my own thoughts. I got through med school, though they almost don't even feel real. My parents tell me that before I do anything else in my life, I need to pay them down ASAP. Is that their opinion, or do they take that from my grandparents who lived through the Great Depression? So fast, and I'm working 100-hour weeks now in training, finally making a little bit of money. And now I have to figure out how to start repaying that swarming black hole that I never learned a thing about. They are just there. I think about taking all my excess money in training and just putting it toward the black hole because it's all I can think about. So that's a good idea, right? Question mark. This one finance guy in a fancy suit came into our program and talked all about retirement and disability insurance. So maybe I should work going forward. But what if I don't live until retirement? A family friend who was a physician passed away last spring at the age of 35. But wait, all of my physician friends who aren't, all of my non-physician friends have been saving for retirement since age 22. I'm 32 and haven't done a thing. So I should probably double down, right? Also, what if I end up not being able to work because some type of global pandemic and I need to take some excess money? I think the government will help me. Who pays my loans then? Will they go into forbearance? What exactly does that mean? What about public service loan forgiveness? How does that work? Is the government going to be there to repay my loans for me and eliminate this black hole? Does it actually work? I've heard horror stories of it not working. I've been working so hard for so long. I deserve to treat myself, right? Maybe buy those shoes or take that trip. But then that damn black hole in my head gets darker and I talk myself out of it. My non-position friends are traveling to all these exotic places I see on Instagram and telling me all about the houses they're buying. They must be living the life. A friend in my hospital told me she read a physician finance book that said to live like a resident until I'm 40 and put all my excess money toward my loans, choosing the IBR method. What does that mean? What if I want to live now? I don't want to live like a resident until I'm 40. At times, I wonder if all of this is worth it. Should I just quit and be normal? No, 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 no. Soon I'll be living the sweet life, making six figures as an attending. But dang, that black hole will still be there. Why didn't med school or training teach me how to pay off the black hole? Will I beat myself up every time I spend $1 on anything outside of my loans forever? Or once I'm making 300,000 as an attending, can I finally do what I want? I've heard horror stories of physicians earning a shit ton of money and still being stressed about money. How is this even possible? This makes me anxious. Will it happen to me too? Well, senior year of training, and I've been delaying gratification for, well, my entire existence as a human being now. I also saved a cute, friendly older woman's life in my ER rotation yesterday. So, YOLO, I'm eating lobster tail and filet tonight and pairing it with a nice bottle of wine. I deserve to live a life well lived, right? Or wait, maybe I should think about the black hole, IBR, recessions, Roth, a COVID fund, and living like a resident? Will the voice in my head ever shut up? Does any of this sound the slightest bit familiar to you? I just want to let you know that you're not alone in feeling this way. We see it all the time, no matter what mask or front many physicians might wear and feeling ultra confident with their finances. Even the most capable DIYs, we have some of them as clients currently, and they want an outside team to help them take control of their money. And once again, you've been trained to make excellent decisions on the fly as a clinician. And this absolutely can be applied to all areas of your life, including your money. So you proactively showing up here now to invest time into yourself will undoubtedly lead to your success. However, you must put in the work. And as you know, like I mentioned before, you can read all about how you want to treat a patient, but do you really know how to do it until you're in the heat of the moment? The same applies to your money. I understand that it can feel overwhelming. It can lead to paralysis, all the different things as it relates to money. But my exercise for you today is just take a little inventory on how you feel about money, what education you've received about money, how you just overall how you're currently feeling about your current state of financial health. Rate that on a scale of 1 to 10. Where do you currently stand on your overall feelings of financial health? If you're an 8, 9, or 10, that is absolutely fantastic. Keep showing up here and you'll continue to grow as a human being. If you're a 5 to 7, continue to show up here. You definitely are experiencing some symptoms and could definitely use some guidance going forward. And if you're below a 5, it's okay. You didn't get trained on how to make money, and a simple Google search could lead to a ton of paralysis, right? So just remember that a lot of different people's viewpoints on money, what they know, what they were taught, came from their parents, grandparents, whatever. So it's not your fault if your parents or grandparents or med school or training didn't teach you a dang thing about money. So just right now, reflect on that question on a scale of 1 to 10. What is my current state of financial health? What would it need to be for me to be at a 10? What types of things would I have to see in motion? What types of things would I have to see in place? How much money would I have to have in a peace of mind fund? How much money would I have to be putting towards specific goals? Where would my student loans have to be? So just take a moment, pull out your journal, pen, piece of paper, notes app, and just reflect on that question. And I'll see you again very soon for another episode of A Life Well Lived. And thank you for my time, and know that you are not alone.